Hi, team. Welcome to another week of 10 Talks, and really our champion challenge is underway. So, Jane, here we are. We're starting to really commit to a 30-day challenge and do whatever it takes to win our well-being. So, thank you. Thank you for your team joining us today for us to really just check in on our champions and be able to talk about what's working, what's not working, performance barriers, just most importantly, we are here to give hope and to really get everybody set up for success as we start the new season of really what is it that matters to us and how do we want to set a season of 30 days, create a challenge that matters to us, get on a support team, which is what we are. So for those of you listening, we hope that you're joining our challenge. We hope that you are deciding whatever it is that you want to really commit to for the next 30 days and let us support you and learn from our team of champions that are going for this. So Good morning and welcome, team.
Thank you. Good morning.
Okay, so Jane, catch us up on how your team is doing. I know you are coaching them between our conversations, so catch us up on how the team is doing.
Well, so we've got about 12 participants and we're just anchoring in a preseason right now. So using that opportunity to kind of maybe test out the commitments, see if it's something we really are focused on, something that's really important, and then really kind of developing the game plan that we think we're going to take through the next 30 days for success. So I've anchored them in, filling out their commitment cards. I think that's just another way of setting the tone and saying, okay, I'm for me and I'm going for this by writing it down. And also, I think what's important about it is it already starts to ask the question, how are you going to celebrate? And I know these two amazing women right here and the other high achievers on our team. And that's one of the biggest challenges sometimes is to think about how we might celebrate. And I know that those celebrations act as the mini motivation to keep us going. And so I want to see that as part of the plan. Like, how do I know, how am I going to celebrate along the way to keep my momentum going and to keep myself motivated? So we've just been, kind of anchoring in that and starting that process and really looking at the game plan and setting up a plan of action for success.
So Sarah, let's talk about celebrations. You are one of Jane's clients as a life athlete, and you are learning life in such a powerful way. Tell us about what you've learned about just the value of celebrations.
Yeah, it kind of reinforces the progress that you're making. And as human beings, we're just so terrible sometimes about remembering how far we've come. And for me, it's even in my company, we sort of struggle with this because we're just such high achievers, go, go, go. And it's just on to the next, and this pausing and recognizing and absorbing all the good things that we've done. It's kind of like a positive retrospective. We're really good about doing it when things don't go well, but when things go well, it's like, oh yeah, I intended that all along. That was easy, but it really isn't. And our brains are just built very differently that way. So I feel like it helps reinforce the good things that I'm doing and remembering where I've come from. And so just anchoring in that.
So Sarah, you bring up such a valuable component of just change, is that really honoring who we are. And as high achievers, the expectation is, well, that's my job. Like, I'm just supposed to do that, rather than the joy of the journey and really being able to embrace change and say, okay, what is it that I really want to be part of that good to great model? And so really challenging our mindset to be for us in a way rather than judgmental or expectations. The minute that expectations hit, sometimes it just sucks the joy like right out of the room, right out of the task, right out of everything we're doing. And we are committed to finding joy on this journey. So Kenda, as you've started to really go into this champion change, what joy have you found as you've embraced the power of change?
Well, I have to say that because my goal is so, I don't want to say vague, but it's just a little, I'm just trying to elevate my conversations and articulate, my words differently. I made a commitment. I've talked to probably 5 of my closest people and said, listen, here's what I'm going to do, because how else will I know if I succeed at that? It's not like it's not, I guess that's for me, how will I know if I've succeeded in that? Because it's not like I'm, doing a burpee challenge where I can do so many a day and I either did it or I didn't. And so for me, to celebrate that is probably something that I need to focus on a little more, because I don't really want to celebrate it every day. I could fail tomorrow, right? And that's like how our brains are triggered, and that's how we are, how we say, well, I succeeded, so now I go back to, regular life, right? So I guess for me, that'll be its own challenge, and it'll probably be daily. But I have already started to notice that my conversations with people are held to a different standard. I'm not getting into any of the negative space, and and it actually has already started to feel really good, and kind of align me with different people. So,
well, let's just celebrate, team. Little
I
victory
know,
dance
right?
from there. Well done. We're very excited for you. And Kendi, you bring up such a gift that we want to give to our team, is that we're just starting to talk about how do we measure the change that's important to us. And that would be very much based on our commitment and our definition of success or winning. And so what's so interesting just about the challenge that you're taking about just elevating your game, huge winning strategy that you brought in your support team, you brought in your friends to be able to say, hey, here's what I want to do. So team, I want you to take that winning strategy and be able to do it in your life, whatever it is that you've committed to doing. Listen to our champions here as they're on the journey, and just pick up the ideas and the things that are working for them, and you think about how can you make it work for you. So we've talked about celebrations, we've talked about the support team. Let's talk about just that new thinking that has to happen inside of us. And Jane, I know that you have started this champion challenge because you did it for 30 days. You really love the transformation. So let's start with how you really set yourself up from a new thinking perspective.
Well, again, it goes back to it's a season.
Yes.
And I just keep reminding myself, I can do anything for 30 days. So interestingly enough, when I came off the 30 days, I did a 5-day cleansing reset thing that was all liquid. And I just used the same strategy. I'm like, it's only 5 days. It's only 5 days. And, Kenda, I want to encourage you to give yourself permission to celebrate every day, because when we succeed, it doesn't mean we stop. It doesn't mean we stop going for things. I mean, you're in sales, you get a sale, you don't stop and go, okay, I'm done. You go, okay, where's the next one? But I want to give you permission to go, hey, this is really hard for me, and I did great today. And I think it's an opportunity to go, okay, what is my new thinking? And for you, Kenda, like you just said, I'm already starting to feel different. And so once you get that new thinking, it's a matter of continuing to repeat it over and over and over again. And I think that's what became very, very important to me. I was having to repeat like 30 days. I can do this for 30 days, a lot. And pretty soon it was like, oh, it's only 29. Oh, wait, it's only 15 days. And so then I knew, like, okay, I can do this. I really can do this. But being aware of the new thinking that's showing up, and then really honoring it and going with it, I think is super important. That's how we build the muscle.
Yeah. So the new skill that we want to take from that new thinking, so that we start to do the reps and really make sure that we're practicing whatever this new commitment is that we want to do. And so from a new skills perspective, it's really about celebrating the win of the day. Did I win the day? And really celebrating it and noticing when you watch your film from the day, what really worked today and what do I want to do different? So on that scale of 1 to 10 that we use for our stats all the time, what was my stat for how well I did today? If I did an 8, how do I want to raise it to a 9? If I did a 10, celebrated, it was a win, fantastic. I'd say a win is that 8, 9, or 10 zone. We really want to be able to enjoy the short-term wins. It gives us hope. It gives us the ability to say, wow, I can do this for 29 more days or 28, whatever the countdown is. So we really want to bring in just the power of supporting ourselves, being for us, being on a journey, finding joy rather than taking away anything or anything being in a space of less than. We're on an adventure. We're going forward, forward focus. Did I win the day? What was my stats? What do I want to do different tomorrow to just be able to keep improving? Again, we're on this constant journey of being able to discover, how do I want to really take great care of myself and win the day for me? So Sarah, let's talk about you and your journey and your commitment. What are some performance barriers that come up for you?
Yep. So I have two. The one would be knee pain or
Right. So go
my
ahead and share
squats.
your commitment just so our team can be for you. So tell us
Yep.
what you're committed to doing and then the performance barriers that show up.
So I'm committed to better back health and more energy. And I'm going to do that by doing 100 squats a day or bridges.
Yeah.
And so my performance barrier is knee pain with squats. Like, I really don't know if I can expect to add 3,000 squats into my life without potential injury. So that is the bridge backup. And then the other one is forgetting. So I already set myself a reminder on Todoist. So every day at 12 and 4, it will remind me, and it will always be in there. And because I'm such a task check off person, it will annoy me to no end that that task is in there, and I will do it even if it's at 10 p.m. I will remember to do my squats because I like having a clean board every day. So that feels pretty good for me.
That feels fantastic. And so how's it going for you? What's your stat on how well you're doing so far?
A 10. I've actually been practicing to start. I've used the preseason to get my mind ready to integrate it because I don't want to feel like I'm spending the first week of the challenge struggling to get into the habit. So it's like, okay, I'm doing this now. Sure, I work out in the morning. This is not part of that. This is different, And so I find myself, if I'm on long calls or something, I'm not on video, I'll just get up and start doing a few because it actually takes a lot longer than I thought it would. So I'm glad. I was like, wow, 100 is actually like a lot. So I might move that into like some time so I don't have to count and think. I can actually talk to someone and go, okay, I've talked for 30 seconds. That was probably 12 spots, whatever.
Well done, Sarah. So team, you're getting to hear really the value of a preseason. A preseason means I know what I want to do and I'm going to start practicing it so that when I hit season, I already have my rituals and routines, my winning strategies in line so that I can really start to embrace the challenge versus figure the challenge out. Right. So the new skill that I want to give the team as we're talking about that Sarah just gave us the gift of is the power of rituals and routines. This is so important when we're setting up a new challenge, a new desired outcome, new anything that we want. If we can't find space in our day, those 24 golden nuggets, if we can't put it on our calendar, we can't put it in our life. Super simple from that perspective. No matter how big your desired outcome is or your, desire to make it happen, if it doesn't show up on your calendar, meaning that you invest some of your 24 golden nuggets into it, it just really can't happen. So what's beautiful about really getting yourself set up to do your challenge and win your well-being according to whatever you want is put it on your calendar and then enjoy checking it off. It actually releases endorphins when we get to check something off of our list. So it's not just that, hey, I like it. It's like physiologically, I really get a sense of accomplishment. And that's what we're going for. And that forward focus is really that joy of a sense of accomplishment, meaning short-term wins. Hey, I had a conversation for you, Kenda. I had a conversation and I really took it to the next level. Celebrate that conversation because that gives you the hit basically from an endorphin perspective to keep getting better and better. Versus it just being something like an expectation. Well, at least today I made it through my challenge. Mm-hmm. We really want to change it from a ritual and routine perspective to what meeting, like for instance, with your meetings, they're already set up on your calendar. You can take a few moments at the beginning of the meeting to set your intention of your new challenge and how you want to do it. And at the end of the meeting, did I win the meeting, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, what's my stat on how well I did in that meeting? So that's the way we can really measure. Sarah's got very specific desired outcomes she's going for. It's physical. She's found her plan A and plan B and working through winning strategies. And Kenda's got really more of an emotional change in terms of just that good to great model. This is who I am, and I'm going for improvement. And so we're going to measure it in the same way using the rituals and routines and the stats. So Kenda, as you listen to this, what shows up for you?
Yeah.
Well, it's really interesting because as I've been going through the preseason, I think I said I already noticed some shifts. And so for me, it's about broadening my people group, maybe changing that up, and having lunch with somebody that I haven't, or, you know, something else, just seeing what else. There's so much out there that I just, you know, you wonder sometimes, maybe I'm in a better spot than I thought, or maybe maybe I need to, you know, make this shift permanent. And that's really what I'm noticing as I go through this week. And like I said, it's already happening for me. And I've got some different people connections and lunches planned. And, you know, that's really what I'm trying to do. It inspires my brain to think, oh, you know, this isn't all there is going on in life. There's so much more. So that's really what I'm noticing.
Well done. I love it. Yeah, great new thinking, new skills, new hope showing up there. So definitely got the change model at work for you. So Jane, what do you want to say to your team? I know you're managing a whole team of 12 during the week and getting everybody set up. And so what do you want to say to your team to get them set up for another week of going for that champion win?
Well, I want to remind everybody that this is about going for a lifestyle. You know, this is about going for something that really matters to you. And I love what you said about, instead of it being like, you know, oh, geez, I've got to do this competition and I'm going to do this because it's, you know, in my nature to be competitive, more, you know, because I found myself doing the same thing. I was like, okay, I cannot have one day go and tell my team I didn't do it. There's that part of it. But the more important part is really reminding myself, why am I choosing to do this, and being for me. And so, Kenda, I really admire what you're going for. And I'm super excited to, you know, watch your journey on this, because it's not that physical change like Sarah and I are going for, but yours is really, you know, intrinsic into who you are. And I love that you're already beginning to see that who I hang around with matters. And, you know, what examples am I following? And so that would be another great opportunity for the team to think about, like, who can I surround myself with that will help me achieve my well-being and help me go for what matters to me. So I know some other people have already started to share with friends and family members as well. I've done the same thing, and also engage them in the process with me and let them know, like, hey, this is really important to who I am. And so you know, be for me also. So really just want to remind the team to honor that there's going to be good days and bad days, hard days, you know, there's going to be wins and losses, and what's going to help keep you motivated. And please feel free to reach out to the team, because that's what we're here for, to keep you guys going. I want to see us all win.
Yeah, according to our definition and whatever the challenge is. And so, Jane, thank you for your commitment to just being such a great life coach for all the life athletes and the team that we've got going, this champion challenge. And I really want to just anchor the team in the relationships, the power of relationships, because that's what we're starting as we really start to embrace change that's for us. We're starting with the relationship with ourselves. We're having the courage to share ourself, our vulnerability, the things that we want with other people. Really notice the people that you're sharing with. Are they for you? Because now we have a new awareness to really be able to look at our team in a way that is with great grace and compassion, and know that if they're not for us, it's not personal. We don't know their story. We don't know the journey that they're on or the season that they're in. Most importantly, we just want to surround ourselves with people that are really committed to the same things we're committed to. because the power of team and our relationships is so, so important. From an energy and emotional management perspective, just that encouragement that we get or that we don't get can really make the win or not make the win. And so that awareness and that intention of knowing that every person around me is on my team and for me, and how can I be for them and really make every day a win. Thoughts or questions? Sarah, Kenda, anything you want to say to the team or to yourself to make sure that we're all supporting you? Sarah?
I don't have any questions. I'm super, super excited. So thank you. This is awesome.
Excellent. Kenda?
Oh, and everything you just said was just resonates with me as far as the relationships. That's really what it's about for me. And this group alone is like a big help and transformation of surrounding yourself by people who have goals and have, things they want to share. So it's inspiring for sure.
Well, thank you for the honor of you guys being on our team with us and just going for this champion challenge. And Jane, thank you for being the great coach that you are.
Thank you. And I appreciate all you guys.
Okay, team, it's up to you. Go out and figure out what it is that you want to win this month. If you want to join our champion challenge, it's a 30-day commitment. You're welcome to reach out to us and join our team, or you can reach out and just start your own team with whoever you want. All we care about is that you know that we are for you and that you are set up for success. So go out and be a champion for you and win your week.